What's up guys, I'm Vivi and welcome back to another Kingdom Hearts 2.8 analysis video. Now this was very unexpected guys. Square Enix was supposed to show this trailer during Jump Festa 2017, but they decided not to do so and release it out of nowhere instead. Look, I'm not complaining, this is pretty awesome, but I was not expecting this. Anyways, overall thoughts on the trailer. Pretty epic. Mickey's a party member, customization, gameplay and locations we haven't seen before, what we see in the ending. There's basically a bunch of cool new stuff. So what I'm gonna do, like I just said, I'm gonna analyze everything. So with that being said guys, let's jump right into it. The trailer starts off with the scene we've seen in the opening, Terra North and Vanitas. Then we move on to Dream Drop Distance, nothing new. The game's looking great. It's gonna run at 60 frames per second, that is great. We have back cover, we get a brief scene of the Master of Masters and the Foretellers. Then we have Kirithi being created, we have Ira talking to Envy, I'm assuming. Then we move on to Kirithi for a very brief moment. Luxu wielding the Master of Masters keyblade. In one of the scenes in the TGS trailer, we saw Luxu talking to the Master of Masters. He had the keyblade in his hand, and we can all assume that the Master of Masters gave it to him. Plus, remember guys, young Xehanort said that that keyblade is very old, so I guess that originally was the Master of Masters keyblade. Ava at the fountain, and I guess this takes place after she talked to Ephemera, who knows. Destiny Islands, pre-rendered, which looks absolutely great. The one at E3 was actually real time. It looked very different, as you guys can see. Mickey finding Aqua. Aqua facing her inner feelings and darkness when she stares at the mirror. We saw this scene in the TGS trailer. Here's another scene from the TGS trailer. We have the Enchanted Dominion, I'm assuming, the thorns and all, the dark sides. As for this orange ball in the sky, I don't know what it is, but we can simply speculate, I guess. Perhaps the dark sides are trying to send swarms of Heartless to the outside world. It reminds me of that dark ball we see in Kingdom Hearts 1 on Destiny Islands. This one right here, I don't know. It's the Keyblade Graveyard, that I know. But is it pre-rendered? I'm gonna go with the idea that it is. Look at the detail on the Keyblades. So no, this isn't part of the opening. All I can notice right now is the Fenrir Keyblade. This perhaps is shown during the CGI ending. Next, Kairi moving her lips. She's finally talking guys. This takes place after the events of Dream Drop Distance when Riku brings Kairi to Yen Sid. Since she wields a Keyblade, she's gonna start training. This is the mirror I was talking about guys. At one point she's going to see a reflection and it's going to turn into a boss battle. For this one, we had a screenshot of this, Ven and Terra. Now there's something new about Ventus. His shirt, his jacket, it looks different. It has a chest pattern. Maybe this has a meaning. It could perhaps represent how the darkness got separated from Ven. It could represent Ventus and Vanitas. It could represent how his heart is no longer balanced like it used to. And I'm talking about his light and darkness. In the end guys, Square Enix probably decided to change the design. No one knows, but it could also have a meaning. And again, what Aqua is seeing right now is simply an illusion. The Realm of Darkness is playing tricks on her. Let's move on. The Forest with Thorns, we had a screenshot of this a short while ago, and this perhaps takes place in Enchanted Dominion. As for the icons and the hub menu, everything looks the same. The focus gauge, the MP bar, the HP bar, the command menu, I don't see a difference. But I've noticed one thing. Once we destroy the first set of red thorns, a yellow arrow appears on top of the command menu. We don't know what it does yet. Customization guys, this has never been present in the Kingdom Hearts series, well except for Unchained Key, but you know what I mean. It's pretty awesome, however there are no perks. We have headgear, we have arms, back, and pattern. For the color one, it's grayed out. My favorite customization is the pattern. Look, it looks sick. The full menu has been revealed. We have objectives, wardrobe, which I'm assuming is the customization, configuration, and the help menu. As for the stats, the player is at level 57. We can all assume it goes up until level 99. 134 HP, 84 MP, and we have the stats for strength, defense, and magic. We also have the level status, and the players playing on standard mode. Notice the background guys. Aqua's inside the Evil Queen's castle, and the location is actually called the World Within. Now I keep calling the Realm of Darkness the Realm of Darkness, but the official name is called the Dark World. Next, Aqua makes her way towards the mirror. All of the worlds in the Dark World, they have the same sky, they have the same crystals, stars in the sky, the surroundings, it's all the same. Keep that in mind guys. Now what is this mirror? It could maybe be the same mirror which Aqua finds later on, the boss battle and all, cause you know everything might disappear and that's what we're gonna see. But if we compare the two mirrors, they do have the same frame. One thing I've realized about the mirror, we notice zodiac signs around it. I don't know what that means, but maybe it might explain why the mirror, her reflection, was talking to her. I know this might sound crazy guys, but do you think that her zodiac sign was talking to her? Next, this place looks beautiful. The rocks, the lighting, the crystals, and there's some sand sand on the ground if I'm not mistaken. I think this takes us to Destiny Islands. I'll talk about that more later on. Mickey's going to be a party member, perhaps temporarily. He's wielding the Star Seeker and wearing his Chain of Memories outfit. The scene right here, we had a screenshot of this. We had the dark side, remember? When I saw this, I told myself, the dark sides are pretty much going to be an obstacle. They're gonna swing their arms around and cause damage, and that's exactly what's happening right now. We defeat these guys later on. A second arrow appears, guys. I have no idea what it means. When we're facing the dark side, we notice 6 health bars. That's a lot. When we cast Firaga, a third arrow appears. Perhaps we're close to activating a command style? What do you guys think? Loading MP has returned. Next, the dark sides have an ability which we've never seen before, and if I count all of them, I count 6 dark sides. I'm assuming we're gonna face them all. Talking about their new ability, the Shadow Heartless also have a new ability. They formed this ball and then this twister. Again guys, the arrows, they start appearing. Perhaps it appears after a certain number of attacks, or maybe when we follow a specific sequence, magic, attack. It could be us casting Firaga or Blizzaga at the right time, but notice this, the arrow does not necessarily appear after the finishing move. As for other stuff we can notice in this scene, well, we have Mickey running out of HP, the swarm of Shadow Heartless has 13 HP bars, it's pretty much all their health combined, and now we're back to Destiny Islands. The attack sequence we notice, it's not a reaction command. Those have been removed from Kingdom Hearts 3. This was explained in an old Dengeki interview. In the game, in 0.2, Aqua talks during gameplay, and sometimes when we're walking, the camera moves on its own. Pretty much the gameplay has more life to it. The light chains we notice is part of Master Erika's keyblade, or the Master Defender, whatever you want to call it. What Mickey and Aqua are doing right now, they're activating a command style called Wayfinder, and it looks pretty epic. But command styles are usually a couple of seconds. This huge epic cutscene, maybe they added something new, but I don't think this is a reaction command. Plus, we do see Spellweaver, and that was a couple of seconds. So this Wayfinder command style is probably exclusive to Mickey, meaning you can only activate it when you're with Mickey. Dream Drop Distance, Yen Sid talking about the Mark of Mastery, the 7 sleeping keyholes. Young Xehanort explaining what's happening. This part in Dream Drop Distance was pretty confusing for a lot of us. The Master of Masters mentions what's written on the last page is going to happen. And yes, this is the Master of Masters. It's his voice. Luxu's voice sounds more, how can I say this, innocent. Ira staring at the Book of Prophecies, everyone against Arsed. This guy is very hard-headed. He doesn't approach every situation in a smart way. One thing I've noticed, Ira's missing. And you know what I've just realized, guys? I've been saying his name wrong this whole time. It's not Ira, it's Ira, I think. Ava staring at a dandelion, she's thinking about anything they can do to stop this whole mess. And once she sees a dandelion, she forms this group called the Dandelions. Those people will escape the outside world. Well, that's what Ava's hoping for. Okay, for this scene, guys, it's still an illusion, okay? Ventus is still in Castle Oblivion, he's still sleeping. And 2, Terra, I think he's part of the 13 Darknesses. If this takes place around the time of Dream Drop Distance's ending when Xehanort appeared and the whole idea of the 13 Darknesses, then this scene is an illusion, even if Terra's talking. Remember guys, time in the Realm of Darkness flows differently, so the Dark World is simply playing tricks on her. Ventus looks like how he did in Birth by Sleep when he was pretty much a zombie and when his heart was fractured. I want to point out something guys. Like I just said, time in the Realm of Darkness is different. This could perhaps take place during the time when Xemnas got defeated, or when Xehanort turned back into his old self. If Terra is real in this scene, why would Xehanort send Terra to the Realm of Darkness? He was probably tired of the struggle. Terra always trying to gain control of his body. Okay, but how can we explain Ventus's presence? That's what I mean. So none of these two are real. Oh, and during the E3 trailer, Terra did say Aqua when he was walking down the staircase. Remember that guys? Alright guys, the thing that caught my attention the most in the trailer is Destiny Islands. Aqua remembers young Sora and Riku, who she considered passing the keyblade onto. What is Destiny Islands doing in 0.2? Here are 2 theories. Number 1, which sounds very likely, Destiny Islands fell to the darkness at some point in time. Or number 2, which is less likely, Mickey and Aqua are actually on Destiny Islands. If that's the case, that means that they both escaped the Realm of Darkness for a short period of time. But I don't think so. Let's start by discussing about theory number 1. Remember in Dream Drop drop distance the whole Mark of Mastery, Sora and Riku? Well, here's what I understood from that game. They both time traveled back to Destiny Islands before it fell to the darkness. That's how they entered the realm of sleep. So yes, Destiny Islands fell to the darkness at one point, and what we see in 0.2 is the remains of that world in the realm of darkness, or the dark world. Notice the purple thorn thingies in the back. That happened when Sora faced Ansem in Kingdom Hearts 1. Do you guys remember? But wait. If Destiny Islands fell into the darkness at the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1, why does Destiny Islands look like that in 0.2 after Sora faced Ansem? What's the big deal with the purple stuff in the back? That's not supposed to be there, right? This brings me to the end of the world in Kingdom Hearts 1. Destiny Islands. What we saw in Kingdom Hearts 1, in the end, that was just the remains. The rest fell to the darkness. Okay dude, what I'm trying to say is this. Some remains are in the realm of darkness. Other remains ended up in the end of the world. Okay, if some of the remains of Destiny Islands ended up in the realm of darkness, why do we see it the way it was in the end of Kingdom Hearts 1? Let's keep it simple guys. I think it's just what the darkness did to the world, not necessarily due to Ansem. Alright, since we're seeing Destiny Islands, then this takes place around the ending of Kingdom Hearts 1. When Sora defeated Ansem, Destiny Islands got restored, right? So it's taking place around that time. Remember when I talked about the crystals, the environment, the sky guys? I told you to keep it in mind. The sky in Destiny Islands, it's a normal sky, it's sunny, it's blue. The worlds in the realm of darkness, they all look similar. The sky is full of stars, bunch of crystals surrounding the remains. I think there's something special about Destiny Islands. The ending of Kingdom Hearts 2, Sora and Riku, they saw the door to light. It took them to Destiny Islands. The ending of the opening, Sora reaching out to Aqua, that's in Destiny Islands. The scene where we have Sora finding the Master Defender on Destiny Islands. There's just something about this world. Remember the previous scene with the crystals, the lighting, the sand and all? It could also represent Destiny Islands being in the process of being restored. Mickey and Aqua still had the chance to step foot in the remains of that world. Theory number 2, Mickey and Aqua actually being on Destiny Islands. Nah, I don't think so. 1. Destiny Islands fell to the darkness in the beginning of Kingdom Hearts 1. 2. When Ansem's machine exploded in Kingdom Hearts 2, he ended up in the realm of darkness. Mickey had his Kingdom Hearts 2 outfit when that happened. 3. Aqua met Ansem after the machine exploded, so she's still stuck in the dark world. She never actually escaped. How did Mickey escape in the first place? He pretty much found Riku and he followed him. Ansem gave Riku this card. That's how they both ended up in Castle Oblivion. Where was Aqua though? We'll find out in January. That's the question we're all asking ourselves right now. What we see in 0.2 is Destiny Islands that's not restored yet. At least, that's what I think. Plus, if Aqua had escaped the realm of darkness, I don't think Destiny Islands would have looked like that. Okay, next, we move on to more dream drop distance. We have Roxas talking to Sora. Roxas is in his mind and dream. Sora was dreaming during this scene. Gula, on his own, thinking as usual. Envy and Osset fighting. We did see them fight. Osset had said, defy the Master's teachings to defend the world. And like I said before, this guy is hard-headed. May your hearts be your guiding key. The Master of Masters speaking. And apparently he says that to himself lots of times. So maybe he's the one who came up with this phrase. Envy and the Master of Masters, she's pretty close to him when it comes to following orders, compared to the other foretellers. Master of Masters tapping the glass, or maybe it could be Luxu. They both have the same zipper, so I don't know. Someone ripping out a page. That could perhaps be the lost page. So the idea of the Master of Masters escaping with it, it doesn't sound crazy. This scene right here, it reminds me of Sora and Kairi. The next one reminds me of Riku and Terra. I don't know. I'm not gonna get into that whole reincarnation theory. Okay, next. What's inside the box? Now, doesn't that phrase sound very familiar? First thing we notice, I think that's Luxu dragging the case. He's holding the Master's keyblade. We slightly notice it. Master Gula explained that Luxu, spoilers by the way, also disappeared right after the Master did. This is when it happens. Or perhaps after. Way after. Look at the surroundings, guys. It looks like a desert. Could this be the Keyblade graveyard? Is he making his way towards the outside world? It could explain the box, right? Now the symbol on it. It has 13 spikes. It kinda looks like a mix of all of the symbols we've seen so far. Heartless, Unversed, Dream Eaters. I'm probably overthinking this. Notice this, however. There seems to be 7 hinges on one side, and 3 on each of the other sides, but those are probably not hinges. How would the box open, right? Look at the shape of the hinges. I'm assuming that those shapes are also on the other side. That's another 7. Then again, we could be looking at a bunch of locks. By unlocking unlocking them all, the cover can be taken off. But anyways, so 7 plus 7 plus 3 plus 3, that gives us 20. And 20 could represent the keyblade, how it shattered into pieces. I'm not saying that the keyblade is inside the box. The keyblade coexists with Kingdom Hearts. How would it be possible for the keyblade to be inside the box? Plus, the keyblade split into 13 fragments of darkness and 7 fragments of light. Those 7 fragments of light are the Guardians, the ones who protected the 7 pure lights that already existed before the keyblade got split. Eventually, those 7 pure lights ended up in the hearts of the princesses, also known as the 7 princesses of light. Perhaps there could be an armor in there. No Heart's armor perhaps? Could Luxu, the Master of Masters, have any sort of connection with Xehanort? As for what's written on the box, I think X Super is written on it. I'm not too sure. Super as in Superbia perhaps? All of the foretellers, their names come from the 7 sins in Latin. What do you guys think the writings mean on the box? Anyways, in the end, his socks, his underwear could be inside that box. He's moving, right? So it makes sense. The Master of Masters did give Luxu a mission to keep an eye out on everything, to make sure everything was going to plan. So either that's Luxu or the Master of Masters on the clock tower. May your hearts be your guiding key, Mickey says. Aqua mentions that she hasn't heard that phrase in ages. Maybe Master Ericus told her that when she was younger. Maybe Ericus learned that from Xehanort. So again, does Xehanort know anything about Luxu or this Master of Master dude? With that being said, let's move on. Terranort and Terra. This simply represents what happened. Xehanort taking control of his body. And again guys, I think this is an illusion. We see Darkseid grabbing Ventus. Again, another illusion. Okay, if Ventus is not real, how is he grabbing him? Well, like I said many times, the Dark Realm is playing tricks on Aqua. Ah yes, the Kingdom Key D. Mickey finds it in the Realm of Darkness. As to why he summons his Star Seeker in Dream Drop Distance, well, let's keep it simple. Let's just say he's able to switch between the two. So when Mickey finds this Kingdom Key D, this takes place around Kingdom Hearts 1. We did see Mickey with the Kingdom Key D when Sora saw Riku behind the door to darkness. The Keyblade Graveyard, here's where I got a bit confused. We noticed Kingdom Hearts. I'm assuming that's Xehanort we see. We do see his Keyblade, right? But it also does look like he's wearing an organization cloak. Maybe that's not Xehanort? Luxu did say something about moving forward to the future. Maybe he had the ability to time travel. I'm not gonna jump to conclusions and say that this guy is Luxu. Or you know what, let's keep it simple. This is probably memories that Aqua's seeing in the Realm of Darkness. Riku running, what is he doing in the Realm of Darkness? He did end up in the Realm of Darkness in Kingdom Hearts 1. He didn't stay long however. Mickey followed him and he got out. Aqua was left behind. One thing I noticed in this scene is shirtless Mickey. This could take place during Kingdom Hearts 1, where we had Riku, shirtless Mickey, the Kingdom Key D, remember that guys? But here's the problem. His shorts are part of this Chain of Memories outfit. His shoes are different. Could we simply be talking about a design change? Who knows? Riku with 2 luggages inside Yensid's tower. Maybe that could be his new outfit. Maybe he's going back to Destiny Islands to try him out and he's probably gonna come back. Maybe Kairi's outfit could also be in one of them. He's holding 2 luggages after all. Finally, we move on to Sora. This is where people freaked out, basically. Goofy said, "You were gone for a long time." Sora replied, "It's a secret." Here's what I think. Sora left after Dream Drop Distance back to Traverse Town to meet the Dream Eaters. What happened after, we have absolutely no idea. Could it have something to do with Aqua? Did he find her on Destiny Islands? Could they have both gone to Castle Oblivion and find Ventus? Could that be a secret? Or could Aqua be at Yensid's? Judging by the look on his face and "I'm back," I don't know. I've been hearing theories like, what if Aqua trained Sora on Destiny Islands to become a Keyblade Master? All I'm gonna say is, we don't know anything. It's a secret, it could mean anything. Before I end the video guys, I'd like to point out one small thing. Sora's design. He looks weird. This is probably from an old build. I don't know. But for sure Square Enix will fix it. I mean, Mickey compared to Donald and Goofy, Mickey looks a lot better. Same goes for Aqua. It's probably the lips. As for Sora's voice, it's very normal. Haley Joel Osment is now 28, so for sure he's gonna sound different. So with that being said guys, I'm gonna end the video. If you watched the whole thing, what am I gonna say? You're awesome. As usual, leave your thoughts in the comment section below. If I missed anything important, mention it in the comment section below. And as always guys, I've been Vivi and thank you for watching.